press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, welcome back to your social science class. We are going to begin a new chapter today, that is consumer education and protection. This is the 4th unit in your business studies, okay? The 2nd in this book, but the 4th in your entire syllabus. Alright, consumer. Who is a consumer? When you go and buy something from somebody, you become the consumer. And if I am selling something to you, I become the seller there. And you are taking it from me, you become the consumer. You are taking something, you are consuming something, you become the consumer. So consumer education and protection. What you need to be educated on regarding buying certain products and knowing certain things when you buy, and what kind of a protection does the government give us, or what kind of a protection you need to take on your side when you buy certain things is what we are going to study in this chapter. Alright, certain details are laid down for you. What you are going to study is who is the consumer, and the rights, what kind of rights do the consumer have. If you are exploited, what kind of an exploitation can happen, and how you need to be aware of certain things that are happening around you when you are a consumer. Then the objectives of consumer protection and its importance, Consumer Protection Act and its importance, that is there, okay, yeah. Then how you have to take certain precautionary measures while you buy certain services and goods from other people, how you have to keep yourself aware and how you have to make others aware about things that are happening around you. Then what is the basic importance or the significance of consumer education, and with information regarding to how you can file cases against certain people who cheat you or certain people who are doing wrong on their side, especially the seller, and how you can go to the consumer court that is there. So you can file a case against the seller who has done wrong to you in the consumer court. So courts are also of different kinds, labor court, the civil court, okay, the criminal one and the consumer court, so many other things. But here when you study about consumer, you go into the consumer court. Alright, now I want you to understand two terms very clearly, the seller, okay, or the buyer, that is the consumer that is there. Now we can be termed as the buyer, the user, or the consumer. Basically means the same. Now if my service is of maybe booking tickets, okay, booking tickets, that's the service I give you. You're buying the service from me because you're paying me, isn't it, for the ticket that you want. A service, that's on one side. Whereas on the goods, if you're buying anything from me, now if I have a store, okay, you buy oil, you buy soap, you buy a paste, whatever, you're buying it from me. Still you are becoming the consumer itself. You become the buyer, you're buying something. So user, buyer, consumer are all same terms which are used differently maybe but mean the same. So these service organizations that are there, now booking tickets maybe, a barber maybe, he is giving out a service. So who's taking it becomes the user. So these service organizations together have termed it to be, the word to be user who use their goods and services. Now the person who is giving those goods, okay, the seller or the shopkeeper, he is a seller, okay, we will not put it as shopkeeper, but still the seller that is there, they have termed the service organizations, okay, organizations together who lend out this service have given that term to that person also who gives his goods and services as the provider. So two words, provider is the one who gives, user is the one who takes. He is giving and this person is taking it, okay, taking it. This person is taking it from him. So provider and user. Providing for your needs and you are using his goods and services for your particular needs. Alright. So that is 2 words. Now the government in its Consumer Protection Act has used the term consumer. So government has given a Consumer Protection Act that is there where it protects your rights. In that they have termed the word user as consumer. So don't get confused, all mean the same but used in different ways in different places. So the Government of India in the Consumer Protection Act has termed the word user as consumer. Okay. Now whoever is producing or whoever is doing the trade, now it's always like this, there is a producer, okay, then there is a middleman there and then it goes to the consumers, isn't it? Middleman, then shopkeeper, then the consumer. So there are traders, these are traders in between. So these people who are who are as traders or who are as producers, it is their duty to provide good goods to its users or consumers. Alright? And every consumer has their right of getting right goods or clean and perfect ones, not spoiled or not hampered in any way, but perfect goods that are there. So it's the duty of the producers to give them and it's a right of the consumer to have them, okay. Alright, now when all this is happening, people still tend to cheat. People still tend to cheat each one of them who is there. Maybe producers are cheating or maybe traders are cheating there. So whoever is cheating should be very careful because Act is mentioned in such a way that consumers also have their rights. Okay. Now, why these kinds of acts are brought? Because of these problems that traders and consumers are giving people and they are not giving them perfect goods or not giving them good services that are there. Now, this history of consumer movement began somewhere in the US, okay, and then in India, the Planning Commission backed the idea. Planning Commission, okay, they took that idea of a foundation and they started something called as Indian Association of Consumers. So they took up that idea from there and then they put it and placed it over here and framed something called as Indian Association of Consumers in 1956 for a number of reasons. But it was not that effective. They started it, yes, the Planning Commission started it, but it's also called as the think tank. They started it, but they couldn't move forward in it. Okay, now it is going on to be called by a different name. Okay, after that a few women got together and they started a movement called as the AWARE, the Association of Women Against Rising Expenses. So maybe this can be asked to elaborate. These women in Mumbai, they came together and started this movement called as AWARE, the Association of Women Against Rising Expenses. Now this movement gave rise to different movements in other parts of the country as well. Now what are the other movements that it gave rise to are Federation of Consumer Organization and the National Consumer Protection Council. These and various others, but 2 are mentioned for you. Federation of Consumer Organization and the National Consumer Protection Council. So these are the 2 major movements that arose out of the movement AWARE started by these Mumbai women. Okay. Now, why do you think we need consumer protection, or why consumers get exploited. The reasons behind these consumer exploitations that are there. Now, if you go back to the old times, if a farmer was growing 5 kinds of vegetables, what he used to do? He used to directly give it to his consumers or the buyer. Now, if I am the farmer and you come and ask me, give me a kg of carrots, a kg of potatoes, okay, a kg of tomatoes, I used to give you directly. But now the scenario has changed, and what has happened? I am the farmer, I give it to somebody else who is the middleman, and the middleman takes it to the market. Because of that middleman involving there is a lot of problem, because you and I have no direct contact. Now, if you have to buy from me directly, it is your business and my business. I give, you take, and we finish the story. But here it's not like that. Here the farmer will have to give it to the middleman. The middleman will give certain amount of money to the farmer, but he will loot more money when he goes to the market. At least he will increase 2-3 rupees for a good, particular good that is there, each one, at least 2-3 rupees. He will tell the farmer this much, that demand is less or something like that, and then he will go there, and the extra money is for him. The share that is given to the farmer will be given, rest will be for him. So, because of one of these reasons, there is a lot of exploitation of consumers that is happening. Now, earlier, even with milk, maybe fruits, maybe vegetables was directly given to the consumers. Now, even in the villages, even if you go today, now if the neighbors come and ask, give me a little, now if you have cows at home, give me a liter of milk, is direct business. Okay, it's direct business that is happening. You need not give it to the dairy, and the dairy people will then process it and then take it forward. No, it's not like that. But if you have cows, you give it directly to your neighbors. But people still give it to the dairy now, because it has to go forward, they get certain amount of money from there. Okay, that time there were no, these middlemen were not there. But now a lot of middlemen have come into place, because the farmer has maybe finding difficult to transport his goods from one place to another. So he hires somebody to take that for him. Now, these marketing methods, they also started to change when certain things were happening. People learned the art of marketing or advertising certain things, and because of that competition, each one wanted to do better than the other. Nobody wanted to back out, or nobody wanted to stay away, but wanted to do more better than what it had to be done. Okay, with all this happening, the direct contact that was there between the producer and the consumer lost. Now, you and I have no contact at all. I don't know, if I am the farmer, I don't know who is buying my goods at all. But only thing I know is my goods are being sold. Who is taking it? Don't know. But if it is in another way, where if you are directly selling it and you have those regular customers coming to you, you know them. Here, not known. So, that relationship is lost. Alright. And then the prices that are fixed is done by these middlemen, and these middlemen loot in that way, because they can tell anything that their mind thinks, and in turn tell the farmer that this is the rate, but tell the market that it's something else, so that they can make profit out of it. So, this is one of the reasons for exploitation. Then see, in that way the farmer, if you have to take the farmer as well, there are other kinds of goods and services or other kinds of business that you can do, but let us take the farmer. Now, if he has said, for example, we just take it 60 rupees for half a kg of carrot, 60 rupees for half a kg of carrot, that he has told the farmer. How much? 60 rupees. When he goes to the market, he says 80 rupees for half a kg of carrot. So 20 rupees is in his pocket. The rest 60 goes to the farmer. So you think if people are just buying, 5 people buy half a kg of carrot for 80 rupees there. So he gets a profit, isn't it? He gets his profit. And the remaining goes to the farmer. So 60 goes there, the remaining 20 remain, 100 remains for him in his pocket. So imagine let us some buy 1 kg. So 120 rupees there. Again he has his own profits. Alright, 60 rupees is said, 120. Then it becomes 140 there. 160. Okay. So it's increasing like that. As it increases, he gets his own profit. So with that, the farmer loses on the money that is there. Though he gets his amount, but see this fellow in middleman is getting 20 rupees extra. And the farmer is losing that 20 rupees. So this price fixation that is there is a lot of a gimmick that is happening, and consumers are have to blindly believe because they don't know what it is. That is why it is happening like that. And because of a lot of technology that is developed, we have also taken into online shopping, and online shopping rates are also cheap sometimes when you go around it to certain. Now see if you buy certain thing in a shop, if they give it to you for 120 rupees, if you go to these markets that are there, or big bazaars like Big Bazaar or Reliance or more, wherever you go there, they reduce that rate. Okay, if it's for 120, they give you for 90 rupees. So see the difference that is there. People tend to move there than come into the local markets that are there. And the shops, the products in the local markets remain there itself. They get spoiled. So even while you buy, you must buy it very carefully, because they sell products that are very old for you so that it gets over. So you always check the manufacturing date, the expiry date, everything, okay, when it will get spoiled, everything, check and buy. If you don't check and buy, you lose on your money, that's it. Okay, now this shopping that has happened, okay, very easy. Tap on your phone, tap on your laptops. Now if you have to buy groceries also, you have online. Want to buy fish, you want to buy chicken, everything comes online. Just call or just order. It's at your doorstep. You either pay or cash, you either transfer to them. Anything you want to buy, clothes also, it comes after a certain number of days. Everything you have easy on your fingertips. So we don't go, we often out. The day we go out, we really know what kind of a difficulty it is there, because life has become very easy through these online shopping, and we really don't know how the process of selection, how the process of, we really don't know how to select vegetables, we really don't know how to select certain fruits that are good, meat and fish that is good. We don't know because we have not gone at all. Even with regard to clothes, you just see on the photos it looks good, you order. But when you go really to the shop and see, you really look for the material, you understand how long it is, how short or whatever it is you want. Correctly you understand the features. That's the difference. When you go and do it, you get a better one. So when you easily order it, it's not that you don't get a better one, you do get. Sometimes have you seen the online shopping, you order a certain product, something else lands up to you, but then when you want to call them back, they won't pick your call. So you have lost your money. Sometimes you order something, that product does not come at all. So it's all fraud, okay? That doesn't come at all, they simply take your money. All your transactions are done, but your product never comes to you. Happens certain times, so we'll have to be aware of what we are doing, where we are shopping, and with whom are we transacting the money. Everything is really, really important, because everything is happening on your phones, you on your location, you on everything. Apps that are secure, apps that are not secure, they all collect your data. So you must know which app is actually safe. See, everything is recorded, everything takes your data. So you must be very careful with what you do with your phones also. Where you post your pictures, where you take certain things, where you do these online shoppings. Okay, so certain things are good, certain things are bad. Must be very, very careful with these things. Sometimes they ask you for your money and entire money in your account is lost. So be very careful. Just because it attracts you on the phone or the picture, please don't go to take it. Confirm it 2-3 times and then go ahead to take it. Sometimes the product never comes to you, they're simply taking out money from you. So you must know that's it's a lesson always learned. Only once if it happens, and it's a lesson always learned. It happened with me. I ordered a product and it never came to me, though they don't have your contact anywhere, okay? You can't contact them anywhere. Only you can send mails to them. They don't respond to your mails, and when you respond to their mail, they put it in spam. So you cannot respond back again. So, or they give you an error of a mail ID, and the mail ID is blocked. So you cannot message them any further. So this happens. I ordered in a hurry actually, so that was why it happened like that. Though it looked attractive. See, that is a mistake we make. It looked attractive for me. The product looked attractive, and that is why I went on to order it. So it never came. Even today it has not come. Only thing is your money is lost. So it's a lesson learned. Okay? It's a lesson learned. That's why I'm telling you also. It's a lesson learned that don't do it again. That's it. Okay. Now, this is another form, that is tele shopping. Okay, that is also through whatever you see on TV and media. You can do it through your SMSs. Okay, you can do it through your telephone, your consumers, and then place the order. So everything, payment can also be done online. So that's another form of doing it. Okay. Consumer. Who is a consumer? Consumer is a person who buys goods or hires any service for his consumption. Now, if you want to buy vegetables, we become the consumer there. If you want to do our hair done, we are taking a service. So we are consuming something that is there. We are paying them, isn't it? We are paying them and we are taking that service or that good, whichever we want. Now, certain amount of money is fixed, that is price that is fixed for that, or certain wages that are fixed. Price for the goods that are, now if you want labor, if you have a big area in your land and you want certain things to be done in that land, you hire somebody, isn't it? They are giving their service for you and you are paying them. What are you paying them? You are paying them their wages. But if you are taking any product, if you go to the salon to make your hair, you are taking the service and you are giving the price for it. Okay? In turn, that is paid as wages to those people who are working there. So this is a cycle that moves around. A consumer is, who is a consumer? A consumer is who takes that product or avails that service for his consumption, considering a certain amount of price or wages that have to be paid. Now, goods taken maybe for a self-consumption or consumption of many people, okay, or he would consume to sell it back again. Sometimes, have you seen, we take it from one person and then sell it to the other. That's the business, isn't it? Now the middleman takes it from the farmer and sells it to another shopkeeper or buyer, shopkeeper or seller there, and then he sells it to the consumer, and that's how they get their profits. Now everything that is happening is on a commercial purpose is only for profit that is there. Anything that is happening is always happening for making money. So it's all business. So we must be very careful when we give money or when we take certain product. So always check everything. Sometimes see, they can put a rate this and they don't give you at the MRP. So whatever is written MRP, you must take it only for that rate. Don't take it more than that. Just go and ask them, or then otherwise complain to the certain authorities that they are taking more money than what is the actual rate for that product. So here consumer is regarded as the king. It is said consumer is regarded as the king, but it doesn't happen always. You are always looted in your own way. So because wherever you go, whatever you take, sometimes what happens, sometimes in a hurry-burry, you see when you are traveling sometimes, if you need a bottle of water, maybe it's 12 rupees per bottle, small bottle. They say 15 rupees. In a hurry-burry, you pay 15 rupees. Actually, the rate written on the bottle is 12 rupees. So why you should pay 3 rupees more? Okay, why should you pay? And it is written MRP, it is written MRP, that's it. See, this is the ways they loot. 3 rupees per bottle extra, just imagine the number of people coming in hurry-burry just like you. So even while you are doing this, that's why best is carry your own water bottle. Instead of buying here and there, carry your own water bottle and go. So you need not struggle with all these things. Sometimes see, we have to be very wise enough to let our things be organized or gather ourselves in order to understand this. That is why a lot of awareness is lacking. A lot of awareness is what we need. All right. Then see, consumer is considered as the king, but he's exploited, but he's cheated, he's not given any value, whatever it is. See, they must also understand what is their thought is consumers will obviously come because they have to live, they have to survive. It's not the other way around that, okay, I have to be very polite and nice because I want them. It's not because I want them. They will obviously come because they are in need. They have to survive. Isn't it? If we don't go to the market and buy certain fruits and vegetables, how are we going to survive? We have to eat something. So they obviously know somebody or the other will come. It's not that I have to sit and wait for them. No, the buyer doesn't think all that. I have to sit and wait or I have to beg people to come to me. No, never. They don't do. People will come and go. People will buy. People will do everything that they want. They do only this form of advertising and marketing and be very polite to you whenever somebody comes. If you go to the cloth store, they become very polite to you because they know if they give you certain good products, you'll bring two more people next time with you. So these are tactics that happen in the marketing style that is there. All right. So the consumer is exploited, neglected, cheated, and that is why they suffer heavily. So if we shouldn't be suffering, if we shouldn't be cheated, we must be aware of what we buy, from where we buy, and how we buy it. Okay. So with that, I would like to stop. Go and think for yourself what and all you have bought. If you are behind online shopping, so don't feel cheated. Okay. Don't feel just your money is let out somewhere. So be careful with wherever you go. Be careful with wherever you take. See, always it's better to go and ask 2-3 shops for the rates. Sometimes if you're taking buckets and other things, okay, a real life example I'm giving you. One shop charges such a small bucket 100 rupees. The next shop charges 50 rupees. Okay. Another shop charges 60 rupees. So it's a little bit of hard work that you have to put. It's a little bit of time that you have to spare. A little bit of patience that you have to add also. Go and check in 2-3 shops. You'll always have a difference of rates. Just because you have no time, you just go and enter one shop, and just because they say something, you give them and come back. It happens with most of us because we have lack of time and lack of patience to go and search, and if it's a very sunny day, we wouldn't want to do all those things. That is why online becomes very easy. But if you really go out and see, you can understand the reality of how they loot people. Just go and try. If you have to just buy even clothing for that matter, just 2-3 shops you try and then finally decide which one you have to come back and take. Okay. So with that, I would like to stop. You may think and recall for whatever has happened to you, or be careful with whatever is going to happen to you in future. Thank you very much, students.